Now, next up, Sifan Hassan. Sifan Hassan's case to be Athlete of the Year finalist. She obviously attempted the Hassanathon in Tokyo, almost pulled it off, but the fact that she even went for it is just remarkable. 2 gold medals, 5 in the 10, got the bronze in the 1500 to Faith Kipyegon and Laura Muir. 10K world record. Now, she only had it for a day, but she had the 10K world record as well too. Competed in a variety of distances. Was spectacular in all of them. If you're looking for cons, if you're looking for drawbacks, she did lose 4 times. 3 of those losses were to Kipyegon in the 1500. Kipyegon clearly had her number in the 1500. But then if you scroll down and you look at 5 and 10, she was top notch. She went, I guess, in finals there, 5 for 5 there, and hit the biggest ones completely out of the park. So this is where it gets tough in track and field, because how do you compare this unprecedented triple attempt where she got 2 out of the 3 possible golds with athletes like McLaughlin, who only had 1 individual event, or someone like Thompson and Ra, who had a more conventional double, or Kipyegon, who we're going to talk about later, and Yulimar Rojas. What do you think about Hassan's case?
I think Hassan's case, in my mind, would have been perfect if she decided to call herself just a 5'10 runner. If she would have been like, I'm a 5'10 runner, she would be looked very differently. It's like she got better. Her resume got better and worse at the same time when she extended to the triple. It got better because it's goddamn impressive what she did with the 2 golds and 1 bronze. But
Mm-hmm.
then it got worse because bronze looks worse than no bronze in a weird way. That's how we work, right? We rather you go 2-0 than 2-1, right? So, um,
Sure. Would what the test I like to do is just don't even consider the 15. Would she be a finalist? Because she still would have had double gold in the 5 and the 10, and she would have been undefeated in the 5 and the 10. She would have had a world record in the 10 briefly, and those dominant Olympic performances. Her PB in the 5 ended up being 14:27. I don't In a year this good, I don't know if that would have been enough. I think
really?
it's the fact that yeah, I mean that wouldn't be enough to make her a finalist. I mean that we just talked about Thompson Hara's resume. I think what puts her over the top is the 15. Now, in this alternate scenario, if she's not running the 15, she's probably running more 5s at these Diamond League races and then racking up more impressive performances. But I mean, the 15s were nuts. I mean, 353, 353, then the bronze in 355. Uh, Brussels, she went for the world record, didn't get it. 358. She went toe to toe with Kipyegon a number of times. So you're right, the 2-0 versus 2-1 thing. But I think that's so short-sighted and so limiting. I don't like that that's how we think. I think it should be, man, she tacked on an extra bronze in a third event.
Yeah. I think that like I said, her resume got better and worse at the same time. Better
Mhm.
because it's more impressive to get that third in the 15, but worse because are you going to say the athlete of the year was only third place in an Olympic final? It just, it's hard to do that, right?
But you could flip it around and say athlete of the year was third best in the world in her third best event. How many other people can say that? Literally nobody. Nobody.
Yeah.
That's a historic thing. That's a historic thing that she went for. And again, if you subbed out those 1500 races and put in more 5s and 10s, maybe she would have been able to build a resume that was, maybe she would have gotten the 10K world record back. Maybe she would have had another run at the 5K world record and would be a different scenario. But I just have a hard time excluding her from the final 3 because she went for it. She went for it. She got 2 of the 3 and just fully demonstrated the range. She got a win on Kipyegon this year. I mean, Kipyegon clearly the better 1500-meter runner, but she got a win off of her this year. It's got to count for something,
Yeah.
right?
No, it does count. I personally would still put her in the top 3 even with
Yeah.
even with the third place. But I'm just saying the way people look at resumes, they would rather see less
Hmm.
perfect than more imperfect. Even though sometimes being more imperfect is actually better than being less perfect. That's a t-shirt selection.
If
That's a
yeah,
that's a good t-shirt selection. Be more imperfect and less perfect.
if Thompson Hurrah jumped in the quarter too, and it was possible, and she got third to Miller Weibo and Paulino, and got bronze, I think we'd only see that as a net gain and just an absurd display of range. I think that's how I would look at it. Now you could say, all right, she did
Yes.
Thompson Hurrah's 1 and 2 were better than Sifan Hassan's 5 and 10. I get that just from a marks perspective, at least in the 5, the 10, she is now number 2 all time, just like Thompson Hurrah is. But just adding that extra event to me is just the ultimate show of strength, ultimate power move. I mean, if she pulled it off, this conversation would be really short. We'd say she's the athlete of the year. Sorry, everybody else. You picked the wrong year to be good.
All right, if she did pull it off, what would Elaine Thompson Hurrah had to have done in the 1 and 2 to trump it? Break the world record?
Yeah, but even then, I don't think it would have been enough.
So, well, so you would take the triple gold over if she
Yeah,
broke the world record in the 1 and the 2.
yeah, I would. I would. We're talking about 15, 5, 10. It's just preposterous. I think we're downplaying how impressive it was because it was bronze and she wasn't that at the end of the day, she wasn't that close. It's not like she took Kipyegon to the line, but
Yeah,
we were really close to seeing something just that completely out of this world and something that's just
that's
not going
true.
to be replicated. Because you could say, all right, Thompson Hurrah runs 10:48. Again, completely eye popping, nuts. I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think that in my lifetime I'd see someone go that quick. But then you could also say, well, if she did it, Fraser Price not too far behind. She can match that. Who's matching a 15:5:10 right now? It's just like the
Yeah,
person doesn't
that's true.
exist. Doesn't exist. All right, let's stick on the
Point.
distance side though. Let's